Here's Ayub spinning out of trouble. Finds a man. And now Tether will come back for it. He slips and falls down. He's being guarded by Kai Fu.
What they're going to do here is a check disc just to make sure it's good and flat.
And so they get a new disc in there, and here's Tether with it. Tether goes across the field to Trevor Pound. Pound. They go to Hoover. Hoover back across the field for Paul Morrison. Nice catch made by Ottawa Wax, and now here's Hoover breaking down the sideline.
There's another foul called on that play.
That was a good legitimate call because he came right across and hit him in the head.
And so Hoover will take it from the sideline.
That foul was not contested, so Ottawa maintains possession as if the pass had been caught.
Nice call, Mitch. So now here is Hoover. And a timeout called.
Again, Jamie Hoover with a heads-up play. He had one person in the end zone, so we called the timeout. Wax can set themselves up for a good score.
So the soft cap now in effect at the conclusion of this point. And so what that means is that there'll be 2 points following this one, and then the game will be over.
They'll take the highest score, add 2 to it, and then the game will be over. That's correct.
So now instead of a game till 19, we have a game to 18.
And so conceivably, should Ottawa Wax mount a comeback and get to 18 first, they could win?
That's possible.
And now Hoover controls the disc.
Again here, Hoover's looking for a dump to the middle of the field and then a punch in for a score.
Hoover back to Ayub. Ayub looking for Morrison. Morrison racing back for it. Ayub calls a foul on Kirk Savage. Back to Morrison. He can't control. And now Furious George quick to pounce on the turnover. And a long, high throw. Ayub looking for it. And coming down with it is the much taller Mike Grant for the score. And it's now 17-6 for Furious George.
That's exactly what Furious is looking for. They had a big mismatch in the end zone with a tall player and 2 short players, and he'll always come down with that.
The soft cap is now in effect.
19 points.
So adding 2 to 17 is 19.
The game will be played to 19 as we take a look at a replay here. Ayub, his pass mishandled by Morrison.
This is a beautiful forehand curving into the sideline. Just a great read by Furious.
Ottawa can't come up with it.
You can really see the difference in teams right now. Furious is just playing with the disc, having a good time, and Wax is hanging their heads. They really have put a great fight this Nationals for Furious, but Furious is just too strong. You'll probably end up seeing Saul go play with Furious again in Worlds, as he is a fantastic player. And again, there's no hard feelings between any of these teams. They'll take the best players from Canada to go to Worlds.
So here is Sullivan walking it out after the pull went out of bounds, so he'll get 20 yards. Sullivan looking to drop it off.
And that's
And
exactly
once
what
again,
happened.
some miscommunication results in a score for Furious George, and it's now 18-6 for Furious George. So 1 point more for Furious George, and they will be the national champions.
Those turnovers on the end zone line are very costly for Ottawa Wax.
They're also uncharacteristic. You don't often see Ottawa draw up many turnovers. Those are their handlers. They're the best people with the disc that we have, and it's just they're trying to outplay themselves, and they're down. It's really tough to get beaten by that many points in a game. Even though it was understood that Furious would probably win this tournament, they were ranked #1. It's still tough to take. I think Furious is going to enjoy this pull. They'll probably think it's their last pull of the game, so they're going to have fun with it.
Ayub will go back to get it as it curls into the middle of the field. He'll give it up to Sullivan. Sullivan working back to Ayub, and a turnover in the end zone one more time for Ottawa Wax, and Ayub is injured, and you hate to see this happen at the end of a game where the outcome has already been determined, and Ayub grabbing that knee that is already braced.
Nice to see him run off on his own power again. He did hurt it earlier in the season, and he's only just coming back.
These 4-day tournaments do take a toll on your body.
And so Furious George, as we take a look at Ayub stretching that knee out on the sideline.
What will happen now is Furious has to walk the disc back out of the end zone, either touch it into Wax or touch it into the ground, then they can start play.
As we take a look at the injury, Ayub, nobody really contacting him, and there is the winning score for number 5, Toby Marcoux, and Furious George is the 1999 National Ultimate Champion. Tournament held here in Ottawa this year. Montreal last year, so Wax is dethroned. 19-6 the score. Really not a close game, but Ottawa came out, and you said at the beginning that they were overmatched, and they certainly, your prediction held true. Furious George coming out and controlling the game from the outset.
Wax has played a great tournament, and so is Furious. This is a good build-up for them for Worlds next year, and it's great to see Wax play so strong against one of the world's best teams.
So Furious George and Ottawa Wax will shake hands. The women's final up next for Manon Desgrossiers, James McGeller, and everybody here at Rogers. I'm Andy Hannon saying so long, and thanks for watching Rogers Television.